She is an Army veteran. Finish it back where we started. Very funny lady. Everybody welcome to the stage, Meg Mitcham.
Okay, so yeah, hey everybody. Thanks for being patient. Yeah, so I was a medic in the Army actually, and I always find people's reactions to that statement to be incredibly awkward. We get the usual, like, perfunctory thank you for your service, blah, blah, blah. You're welcome. A lot of people actually ask me if I saw a lot of blood while I was in Iraq. Yeah, there was some blood, definitely saw that. Or they just flat out ask me, like, really? What was that like? It was a blast. Literally. I have scars on my legs to prove it. Thanks very much. I think it's actually worse though as a woman. I was checking in for an appointment at the VA hospital one time when the receptionist looked up at me and said, "Oh, but honey, you're too pretty to be a wounded veteran." I was like, really? Maybe someone should have told ISIS that, because I don't think they got the memo. Legitimately, maybe that should have been my call sign on the radio. Instead of cold-blooded 2-6, I could just be pretty 1. So I'm standing in this tacky waiting room and I'm looking around and I realize this woman is right. The room really is filled with ugly people. Now I get it, okay? Out here in the normal world, I'm maybe a 4, rounding up, but in the Army, I was legit a 22. And now I have this woman staring up at me from the reception desk with this pitiful look in her eyes like she's just found a unicorn on the side of the road that she needs to put down. And I start to freak out. I start to get really, really, really nervous. And I do essentially what any normal, warm-blooded, basic white bitch would do. I start twirling my hair and I make sure everybody can see my Hello Kitty and I'm like, I'm sorry. I must be in the wrong room. Where's recovery for prom queens? Pay no attention to the scars on my legs. They are not fitting in here. Speaking of scars, why is it that on men, scars are sexy? Like, they come with some sort of mysterious story about how they got there, you know? Like, shark attack, bear fight, opening a jar of pickles. The bottom line is, you see a guy with a scar and you think, now this is one that can get it done. Full stop. But on women, scars are ugly. We had 2 strip clubs at Fort Campbell. If you've been there, you know them. Yeah! One was the really classy one that the boys could only afford to go to on payday. The other was the Cat West, and apparently... Thanks, guys. Apparently it was affordable because all of the women had C-section scars. I know, right? Exactly. So these guys would go out on a Friday night, and they would spend all their dollars, but then come back bitching about how ugly these women are. Listen up, gentlemen. If you are that lonely that you have to pay a woman to get naked in front of you, you do not get to be picky. Like, full stop. I don't understand the double standard. You're walking around base, seeing all of these combat-injured veterans, getting a little excited, maybe a little too excited. Let's be honest, like you want to grind up on those scars in the hope some of their badass rubs off on you. You know, we've all seen it. But these women who carried a baby for 9 goddamn months and went through labor for who knows how long before a doctor decided to rip it out of her, those scars are ugly. Those C-section scars should come with a Medal of Honor. You guys won't do it. You guys cannot do it. Seriously. I might be biased though, I will admit, I actually have a whole series of scars on my stomach myself. Thanks, guys. It's not from combat, it's not from having a baby. Pro tip, do not let a doctor accidentally puncture a hole in your colon. It will result in a man-made butthole getting put right here in the side of your stomach with a plastic bag slapped over it that you just poop into like a self-service dog. Let me tell you, you have not lived life until you've felt yourself fart out of a hole in the side of your stomach. For nearly a year, I was like a twisted Pillsbury Doughboy. Oh man, I have actually never been more grateful for an emoji in my entire life. They're everywhere now. My poor husband gets the text of a 2-year-old. I pooped. Smiley poop emoji. Bad pop, need help. Smiley poop emoji. Guess what I had for lunch? Corn emoji. That's all for me, everybody. Thanks so much. You've been great.